I used to think horsepower was everything, the more the better. But honestly, I don't care about it anymore. And if you're into cars, maybe you'll start feeling the same way. And my last car was a 2024 BRZ, so it wasn't the fastest car on the block, but a lot of the reasoning behind owning that car was because of the power. You know, growing up as a kid, you always want like the most power possible. You want to be the king of the streets, you want to be the best dude out there, the fastest car on the road, all that good stuff. And as you get older, priorities kind of change. But it's hard to have your own objective mindset on horsepower and speed when the culture today is only pushing it further and further and further. Look at the TRX SRT. You know, no one needs a truck like that. It's all ego. And that's what we're gonna get into today, guys. Why does everyone need this insane amount of horsepower? It's just ridiculous. So going into 2026 here, guys, I have no plans on getting rid of my 182 horsepower Subaru Impreza RS. It's funny, for this current model year 2026, I think they took away 1 horsepower off of this car. So let's drive it. All right, guys, we just got off work and now we're about to drive up the canyon in the 2024 Impreza RS. And this baby is underpowered in the car community. People... Okay, buddy. The biggest gripe people have with the Impreza RS is its lack of power. But let's get in this car and let's drive it up the canyon. And I'm gonna show you guys that you can still have fun in a car and it doesn't have to be the fastest, quickest thing ever made. And so the first thing that we all know, but no one wants to talk about when it comes to horsepower, is you never use all the power you have. And that's one thing that was kind of fun about my BRZ, is I really could use all the power because 200 horsepower was enough for that car, for it to feel fast and be fast for a car of that size. But this Impreza RS weighs a little bit more and it is about 20 horsepower left, but I can still have fun in the canyon just ringing this baby out. I do need an oil change, so I'm not gonna go too crazy for you guys today, but let's see. Now, that's not very fast when it comes to a drag racer, when it comes to a real, you know, enthusiast track type of driving. Being a car guy is funny because you always get caught up in being the fastest, trying to get the fastest possible motor. And it is just an egotistical way of thinking. Like, you're never gonna need to use that much power. You know, here in the canyon, the speed limit's 40. I'm already going 5 over and I'm usually going 10 over. So if I had like the WRX and it was a tune and all this and that, that's pushing 300 horsepower. I would not be using nearly close to that exact amount. Where here, even at 182, I drive pretty conservatively for the next reason I'm going to get into, which is speeding tickets. Speeding tickets exist, and I have 2 of them on this exact commute. One of them was in my FRS that I had before I had the BRZ, and then funny enough, the second ticket was when I had a Crosstrek. That was very short-lived, but they do exist. And a little point I will make, guys, is this might not be everybody, but for me, having a sporty car, especially like an actual manual transmission, you know, heavy revving engine, high revving engine, it's really easy to get a speeding ticket, you know. And after 2 tickets, if you have more than 2 tickets per 6 months or per a year, you are at risk of losing your license. And that's just something I don't really care to deal with. And I don't really ever have to deal with that if I'm driving a regular car. Now, the term regular car gets tossed around left and right. What I look as what some car enthusiasts see as a regular car is actually a pretty cool car to me. And that's the point I was trying to make, is as a car enthusiast, I can appreciate a car whether it's a manual or a CVT. I can appreciate it whether it's slammed to the ground or whether it's lifted on some Falcon Wild Peaks. I can, you know, appreciate an overland vehicle. I can appreciate a van. I can appreciate a track car. So for me, the Impreza is like the perfect car in my opinion for me right now. It's sporty, but I can also go camping, go on mountain biking adventures, and I could lift it and put some all-terrain tires on it. And with the all-wheel drive system, this thing is just the best of every world. Especially living out here in beautiful Arizona, I want to be able to drive off-road, and so I want to be able to enjoy every aspect of owning this car. not just worry about power. That's not to say a WRX isn't a great option. Another thing that matters more than horsepower for me is just the overall feel of the car. What does it feel like when I drive it? When I got into the Impreza RS at the Subaru dealership in Prescott, I instantly fell in love. I'm like, you know, this is great. I got my sport pedals, you know, I got enough power if I really want to, you know, have some fun in the canyon. I'm not going to rip on it today, guys, because I do need to change my oil, so I'm going to take it a little bit easy. But you know, I was like, this is the perfect car for me. You know, there's the perfect height to sit in, and that's what matters to me. It's not the fastest car. I don't get to rip through gears, but there'll be a time and a place where maybe a WRX might be a better fit for me. But for now, guys, and you know, financially is another reason too, a lot of these cars that are faster are obviously more expensive. And I can have fun with 182 horsepower. Like, I don't need it, guys, especially after the oil change. Maybe we'll get out and do another POV drive, and I'll show you guys that it actually is enough for the canyon. But if I do lift it and put Wild Peaks on it, that might change things. Might change the handling a little bit. But I will say, if you do get like the stock Impreza or something like that, that 2-liter motor that's offered in some of these Subarus, that's just too slow. That's not enough horsepower. Some would say that's not enough horsepower in this car, but that's not the point, guys. The point isn't about horsepower. It's cool to be fast. You know, it's cool to show off your friends, you know, how quickly you can, you know, rip through the gears or whatever, or what it feels like to do a cool pull. You know, like, all those things are great, and those are part about owning a car. Those are things that I love, you know, just like the next guy. But maybe I'm becoming a boomer real soon, guys. Maybe I'm getting old. You know, I don't know what it is, but I really can appreciate so many other things about a car before horsepower comes in as like number 8. You know, it's not a big deal for me. I don't really care that much about it. So this guy up here is really holding us back, huh, guys? Someone needs to pass him. What the heck is going on, dude? See, this is why it's always so hard for me to film sometimes, guys, in this canyon, is because there's so many portions like this where there's a tourist staring up into the sky, driving, you know, 25 in a 40, and it's super annoying. So anyway, let's focus on the video. Let's focus on the video. Horsepower is not overrated. It's fun. You need to have it to be able to pass people, and it's what makes driving some of these cars fun, you know. My buddy Connor, he just supercharged his old 4Runner. He's got a 98 4Runner. He put a supercharger on it, and that's cool, you know. It makes it more capable, more fun off-road. If you really go out and rally, having more power is going to be better, you know. I want to upgrade the tires and wheel setup and make this more of a rally build with some off-road tires. More power would be better for this car, you know, for that kind of stuff. But am I that worried about it? I don't think so. I'm not that worried about it. So as you know, along the lines of getting in trouble, there's also more of a risk of getting hurt or being in the hospital or dying, guys. I mean, I hate to be the guy that has to bring it up, but it's like, you guys gotta think about that. It's true. Like, it's cool to be with your friends and be ripping around and stuff, but there's definitely a higher chance of you getting into an accident and stuff like that, or totally in your car, God forbid. So be safe out there, guys. Enjoy the ride and just cruise. It's all about how proportional your car is to the motor too, guys. Like the BRZ is a great example. It's only 200 horsepower, but it is only, what, 1,800 pounds or something like that for a car, which is super light. And even this Impreza, it's heavier than the BRZ, obviously, but it's still a light, small hatchback, and that's what makes this car really fun, guys. And at this point, guys, you know, I'm just chilling. I'm enjoying this RS so much. There's actually a bunch of things I'd still like to do to it, but it's very expensive, so I'm not going to be doing the things I want to do just yet. And I will just let you guys know, I am going to focus on a rally. I'm going to be focusing on a rally style build overall for this. I do want to put some 17x8s and rally wheels, and then put some all-terrain trail tires on this, and make it a capable trail car too. So that's really what I want to do with it. and I could see the potential of going out into some really cool campsites and spots and just make it more adventurous. I mean, it's a Subaru, man. As much as it'd be cool to, you know, have an aggressive stance or whatever, I'd rather lift it and get a little more practicality. But I think for the lift kit, I know I'm just gonna do a 1-inch lift kit. So yeah, that's the plan, guys, and just saving up for that, you know, this and that. I'm also thinking of trying Lyft. That's been on my mind lately. I want to start trying some ride sharing, guys. I do DoorDash on the side, but I want to get my money up this year in 2026. And what you guys know about Lyft? Let me know down in the comments if you guys know anything or have any tips or comments you'd like to share. That would be really helpful. And yeah, guys, so just wanted to let you guys know what's up. To sum this video up, I just kind of wanted to end it by saying I started enjoying my car more when I just stopped looking at the numbers and just enjoyed it for what it is. So I love it. I love a hatchback. That's one of the main reasons why I chose this over a WRX is practicality. It's so hard to beat that, and that in itself, guys, there's so many pros. And you know, it's definitely going to be a while till I can do it, but when this project is done, guys, and I have this car built how I want to build it, I think you guys would be surprised how awesome and capable it is. And I'm just gonna, the main thing is, are you happy with your build? If you are truly happy, and if having a bunch of power really makes you happy, awesome. But you know, if you can't go to your favorite campsite or you scrape everywhere, you know, is that really worth it? You know, so if it makes you happy, then that's great. But for me, I think this car has a lot of potential, and horsepower is just not really in the books. And frankly, I can't do anything if I wanted to anyway, guys. So, you know, all I could really do is FA24 swap if I really wanted to add power. And maybe I could do some sort of turbo or something like that on this motor. I don't know. I haven't looked into it, guys, because I don't need to be the fastest guy in the canyon here. That's just going to get me in trouble or killed, or I don't know, whatever. Anyway, guys, a little bit of a rambly rant there at the end. We're going to start busting out more of these POV style videos. If you guys enjoy them, hit the like button. If you guys want to become a member of the Subi Squad, hit that join button. Hit me up in the members only live streams and stuff like that, guys. We got a whole bunch of emotes and emojis for members. All right, y'all, we'll catch y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.